are Saomai and
Mikey.
And today I wanted to talk about something very, very important. And that is how eating disorders affect your most loved ones. So I've been struggling with an eating disorder for, I guess, most of your life. But the worst times were really when I was 18. And that was when you were, how old? Like 6 years old. It really started being bad when we moved to Vienna. And that's when you started going to school, elementary school as well, and started, you know, having a little more of the brain here. And you started noticing stuff and being affected by stuff that I was doing or my mind was telling me to do. So I have a few questions for Mikey. I'm kind of scared. But with this video, I really just wanted you to realize that your eating disorder does not affect only you. It affects all the people around you more than you think, more than you know. So I've got a bunch of questions for you. Eddie is my eating disorder, that's what I call it. How do you understand Eddie? What is Eddie?
He is a voice in your head what tells you to do stuff against your own will and says that you're not pretty and that you're eating too much or eating too little, and he makes you vomit.
Basically, yes. Do you actually remember how I told you?
Yes. Like I used to always ask you that why when you're in the toilet I always hear something or someone throwing up. You always said that you were watching videos. And then when you told me the first time, so then you told me that you were the one who was throwing up.
So stupid. I can't believe I did this. I seriously can't believe I did this too. Ugh. Yeah, I started openly talking about it to my dad and my brother, I think at the end of 2018, so 1.5 years ago. At that time, I was already in my recovery mindset. I wanted to get better, but I haven't told anybody yet. I knew that I had to tell somebody that was close to me, that was with me every single day, and I only had Mikey and my dad here because my mom was in Vietnam at that time. It was very, very hard for me to tell them the first time. I literally remember telling my dad in this way. I had a relapse one day and my dad and Mikey weren't at home that day. I think he was actually picking you up from school or something. But I had a relapse at home and I was just like bawling my eyes out, hating myself so much because I knew that I wanted to get better for them and also for me, but I just couldn't do it. I was helpless. So actually, when my dad wasn't at home yet, I texted him, "Dad, you have to make me tell you something when you come home." At that moment, I just typed the message and I couldn't send it. But then I told myself, like, it only takes 1 second to send this and it may save your life. So I just sent it and my dad was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Just please come home and make me tell you something." I didn't tell him what. Then he came home and I started being like so scared. I just went to my room and I was just terrified. My dad was like, "What?" I was like, "Please go in the living room. I'm gonna send it to you in a text."
Why?
I don't know. I was like so scared. I didn't know how to explain that I have an eating disorder. I knew that he's not gonna understand. I knew that if I told you, you wouldn't understand what's going on in my head because I don't even understand what an eating disorder is. I wouldn't be able to put it into words what is going on in my head. I googled in Vietnamese what it was because my dad doesn't speak English, and I found the Wikipedia page about eating disorders in Vietnamese and I just sent him that, and that was how I told my dad about my eating disorder. He just like read it, I guess. He was in the living room. I was just like pooping myself in my room, just like scared, and then he came into my room and hugged me. Yeah. Papa just came in my room and hugged me. I started crying so much because that was the first time I told somebody in my family, somebody that I really trusted, about the biggest issue I had in my life at that moment. It felt amazing. I mean, my dad then proceeded to read about it on the internet the whole night, and he just said, "I don't understand it, but I'm going to help you as much as I can. Like, what do you need me to do?" So I was like, "Please just feed me." I just told him, "Portion my food. Take the power of food away from me." And then my dad just kept cooking every single day, and then he gave you food and he also gave me a portion, and then we all ate together as a family. And yeah, that's how I told Papa.
Then you told me that you were throwing up in the toilet.
Because I struggle with bulimia, or I struggled. I'm so much better now. But my biggest issue at that point was that I was binging and purging all the time. I was stuck in this binging and purging cycle and I couldn't get out of it. I knew that I needed help from you. So the next question for Mikey is that, was I different before when I was struggling with my eating disorder and I didn't tell you yet?
Actually, I didn't even feel like it because like you had it like almost my whole life, and I just thought that you just treated me like that normally.
How did I treat you?
That you didn't play with me very much, but like sometimes you did, but not in a very happy attitude usually.
Yeah, so I wasn't really happy, was I? At that point of my life, I was really just thinking about food all the time. Like, what should I eat? When should I eat? I didn't think about playing with my brother at all. Like, my eating disorder was really in my head, taking away all the thoughts, all the brain capacity. And that took away so much precious time that I could have spent with my family. But I was just stupid at that point. I didn't see what actually mattered. I just literally lost all of that time to my eating disorder. The time that I was supposed to play with this person. The time that I was supposed to watch this person grow.
And that you also didn't eat with me, Papa and Mama very much.
That's true, yeah. I never ate with them. I only ate my food that I calculated. Or even like prepared my own sauces because I was scared of the other sauces because it had too much scary stuff that I didn't like. Stupid!
And that you were always checking the packages for no reason.
I was always checking packages, nutrition information, and all those stupid numbers. But yeah, if you're struggling with an eating disorder, really think about it. What is more important? The toxic thoughts that you have about food, or spending time with your family and creating amazing memories for the future? You can never take that time back again. Never. Ever. So realize it now and work on it. Okay, so the next question. Now you already know about my eating disorder and you know that sometimes I still have issues with it. So how do you help me?
So like I always check, like when you go to the toilet, I always tell you to count. Like,
yeah, after we eat food, yeah.
So I know that you're not throwing up.
But yeah, there were some days I was sneaky, or my eating disorder was sneaky and got past this guard. So that was the bad things. But actually now I already feel when I have the urge to binge. So I always tell him before, like, Mikey, please check on me. Like, don't let me go to the kitchen and eat everything that we have there so I can throw it up later, because that's stupid, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make me happier. It doesn't make me any better. It just makes me more and more miserable, right?
Yes.
And you should too. If you have a person in your family that you completely trust, that you know that that person only wants the best for you, then tell them when you need help. Reach out. And they will for sure make you accountable. They will for sure check on you and make sure that you're okay.
Yes.
But now let's give you a little bit of a sad question. How does it make you feel when I have a relapse, when Eddie's in my head and he's doing crazy stuff in my head and I go and throw up?
I haven't seen you throw for a really, really long time. But when you do, like I just feel sad. I always tell myself that maybe I'm not good enough for you.
Oh no.
And then I don't help you enough.
That's not true, Milky. You're helping way more than you know. You help me get so much better. Don't ever think that, okay? It's me that I'm not good enough, but I'm getting better because you're helping me.
Also not your fault, because it's always this.
Ugh. Bye-bye, Eddie. Fart out of my ear hole and get out. Imagine if ears could fart, then your bad stuff from your head could just like get out. Like, but now let's give you a happy question. How does it make you feel that I'm getting so much better now?
I'm feeling happy for you. Everybody is special and everybody is beautiful on the inside.
His positivity and energy for life just really shows me what actually matters in life. And that is not counting calories, that is not overthinking food. Food is here to make you happy, not make you miserable.
And keep you alive.
So, the moral of my story, of my long story, is that you should realize that your eating disorder does not only affect your world, it affects people around you as well. Especially the ones that are closest to you and see you often or every single day. So, I guess that's it for today. Have a nice day and
Don't waste your life away.
Bye!